Hello everybody, this is James with Astute Review. I'm here today to show you how to use the settings menu with Astute Review's new enterprise version that allows you to benchmark Astute Review's review tool against corporate branding standards. In order to access the settings menu, once you have Astute downloaded, check out this other section, double click on settings to pop that up. And here you'll see the input screen that allows you to define all the different checks that you want the Astute tool to run the review against. What this drop down does in the upper right is allows you to create a number of different settings menus for you to run a review against. If you often work in client branded materials, this might be a good resource for you to input your client's brand standards in, or if you have multiple standards within your organization, you can do that too. To add a new settings, simply click on this pen, type in the new brand standard or setting that you want to create, and there it'll be created. Just so you can see here, I've got multiple present. Just so you're aware, default is typically what we would suggest users do to default to the standard version of Astute Review that benchmarks against prevalence and not predefined standards. Once you have your new settings category created, you can simply work through the settings menu tabs over here on the left to define what you want the review tool to benchmark against. As an example here with titles, you just simply select boxes and choose the font family, font size, font color, all the settings that you want for your review to set the tool up. If you leave a box unchecked, what the software will do is it'll run like the legacy version of Astute Review that benchmarks against prevalence within the presentation. So as you're using the tool, you don't necessarily need to make sure you check every box. Just know that when you don't have something checked, the review tool will work based off of prevalence. A few nuances to the tool, just so you're aware, that I'd like to highlight are with the bullets category. When you're creating multiple levels of bullet lines, you can add bullet lines by simply clicking this plus or subtract the bullet lines by clicking the minus here. And one nuanced feature to this is that when we were creating the tool, we tried to incorporate a lot of the commonly used bullets that exist in PowerPoint. But what we found is that there are a lot of deviations that exist ever so slightly based on corporate font styles or sizes that exist in PowerPoint. So one thing you may notice is if you select a commonly used bullet in your review and run the review, it'll flag all of these bullets as a potential error and illustrate that there is ever so slightly a difference in terms of the size or the width of the bullet shape that you selected. If that's the case, what you can do is simply click Fix All and update all your bullets at once when you're sorted by issue type. Or if this is problematic for you, what you can do is select the None category. And when you select the None category, the tool will run the review based on prevalence of bullet shape. And so you won't have as many issues pop up that it's suggesting that you change. Same thing on the bullet line size. As you're creating new inputs for bullet font lines, what you'll see here is that we have a drop-down menu that allows you to select any different font size that you want. If you do this, it will be prescriptive in the sense that it will immediately flag any bullets that are, let's say, at level 1, level 2, level 3, that are either greater than or less than the number that you have selected as a predefined setting. So if you've got a size 8 font in level 1s under a picture or something like that, it'll flag that as an error. You can simply ignore that, or if you like to vary your bullet sizes or the font associated with bullets in your presentation, you simply select None and it'll benchmark based on prevalence in the deck. Once you've created all of your settings, you can either close out and it'll save this just to your computer or version of Astute Review. But if you want to share it with your colleagues so they can import it onto their computers, you're able to do that as well. I think it's a nice feature of this enterprise version of Astute Review that allows other individuals at your organization to pull settings that you've created and make sure that they're running a review against predefined brand settings just to make sure things look as consistent as professional as possible across an organization. In order to set a folder, once you're done creating a settings, you simply click Set Folder. You can select the location that you want to save everything to. It probably needs to be a shared folder, either on a local intranet or OneDrive source that people have access to. You can just set your folder and open it there to set your folder. And then when you're done creating a setting, you can export to that exact same location. And as you can see here, I'll take it, call it, test number one, click save, and it'll export that to the folder. So when new users come in and they want to access what you've recently created, they can simply import it and pull it in from the shared folder list. That's really all that we have in terms of an overview of how to use the settings menu with Astute Review. We hope you found this useful. Should you have any questions about how to use the settings tool with this new enterprise version, you can email support@astutereview.com, or you can visit us at www.astutereview.com and send us a chat in the lower right-hand corner of the screen with the question that you have, and someone will get back to you. Thanks for your time and for your interest in Astute Review.